Hello. You're all with me. Years ago, my dad used to do a famous poem called Dangerous Dan McGrew about the Klondike Gold Rush. A bunch of the boys were whipping it up in a Malamute saloon. The kid who played the piano was playing a ragtime tune and so on. And Dangerous Dan was sitting in the corner with his girlfriend, the lady that's known as Lou, and a stranger came in and played a sad tune on the piano and called him out, and the two of them shot each other to death. And both of them were lying dead, and the lady that's known as Lou was over with the stranger. And I thought I would bring this up to date, but not a lot of people know much about the Klondike, so I thought I would move the action to Putty Down. Now, Putty Down gets bad publicity sometimes, but let me tell you, without the ongoing financial support and commitment of the young people at Putty Down, there was a certain well-known Catholic institution in England that would have closed years ago. I'm referring, of course, to Buckfast Abbey. A friend of mine used to work for Stuart's Wine Barrel, and he said 80% of all the bucky sold in Northern Ireland goes out through the Putty Down and Lurgan branches. And they keep special bottles of bucky in a brown paper bag under the counter for a certain clientele, because, like it says in the good book, you don't want to do your charity work in public. You want to be discreet about it. And in fact, you can ring up certain taxi firms and put it down and have your bottle of bucky delivered to your door, or your squat, or your current location in the park, or at the bridge over the River Bann, where there's a nice wee towpath underneath, and you can support your local charity in comfort on a wet night. So this is the story of Dangerous Dan McHugh, the Buckfast delivery man. And for those of you who come from the Great Wasteland to the south, we better explain a couple of northern expressions. The Brew is that institution upon which the economic future of County Armagh depends. The Unemployment Exchange. And a dung grape is a four-pronged agricultural instrument used for the manipulation of bovine waste products. And I would know, for my first 20 years, I shoveled almost as much bullshit as I've talked in the last 10. Story of Dangerous Dan McHugh. A bunch of the boys were whipping it up in a Putty Down saloon. Some kid was feeding the jukebox to put on an M&M tune. The smokers were all standing out in the street trying to stare the bother, and a wheel of young drunks in band uniforms were kicking the dung out of order. Now down to the band with a pint in his hand sat Dangerous Dan McHugh, and by his side was his light of love, Big Patricia, that works in the Brew. Now I'm telling you now, she was one ugly cow, with a face that would scare Simon Cowell. Lipstick and mascara wheeled into the barra and slapped on with a plaster and trowel. Her bra, it was said, was size 84Z. With reinforced steel in the hook. So it was 35 stone of muscle and bone, with more chins than a Chinese phone book. Now Dangerous Dan was a skinny wee man, but his feet were just damnably smelly. His legs were that bowed that everyone knowed he could never cap a peg in an alley. He wore great big glasses like beer bottle asses, so he looked like a Volkswagen dashboard. He was quite highly strung, because when he was young, his ma used his ribs for a washboard. He had a look on his mug like a broke Toby jug, and his nose had a drip that hung downwards. In fact, if our dog had such an ugly physog, would shave his arse and make him walk backwards. But if you were stuck or just down on your luck, he'd be the first number you'd tag. He'd arrive at full throttle and deliver a bottle, a bucket and a brown paper bag. He was known from Drumcree out to Tandragee and from Lurgan to Killycomane, and by the Ban Bank where the skinheads all drink. They erected a shrine to his name. But Dan was a man who would deal cash in hand. No drink till you coughed up the wanga. He had a big hurley stick which he used double quick, and your knees wouldn't work any longer. It was coming 9:30 and was all going fine when the door was slammed open right back, and a man staggered in, smelling strongly of gin, looking rougher than old Father Jack. But Danny turned pale and his heart did quail, for he knew that the stranger meant trouble. And beneath her mascara, Big Patricia looked hard, and her chins all started to wobble. He had an old overcoat buttoned up to his throat, and a dung grape was stuck in his belt. He shouts, "Boys, I have come for to kill a wee scum, and to bury this grape in his pelt." For I was the man who invented the plan for delivering the bottles of Bucky. Big Patricia and me lived the life of Riley in the mobile up near Knocknamuckley. He shouted, "Now Dan, you're going down the pan. I'm hauling you over the coals. You've been eating some tape, for I'm taking this grape and making you 4 new assholes." But when I am done, you'll be hurling your bum. You'll not be looking so cute. You dirty old dog, you'll be going to the bog like an orange man playing the flute. Well, Danny jumped up, spilling half of his cup, roared, "Patricia, this thing is a farce. Hand me that hurley stick," which he did double quick. It was hid down the shock of her arse. Big girl. Well, the fight might have gone right through to the dawn, but the end quite suddenly come, for Dan's final cut hit your man on the nut. He was split like a bricklayer's bum. But Dan too was going, his wine had quit flowing, with a grape buried deep in his hide. It stuck 6 inches in, he was that bloody thin, it was 3 inches out the far side. He lay gasping his last and lamenting his past, for at last he had started to think. For now he was bait, he had found out too late. You should never mix women and drink. Thank you very much.